Some first-round fears. Blazers, Lakers, Dame versus LeBron. Normally a 1 seed versus an 8 seed wouldn't garner this much attention, but also normally not playing basketball in a bubble. LeBron knows the challenge that lies ahead facing Portland tonight. Take a listen.
But they're not your typical 8th seed. I don't think they'd have been 8th seed if they were healthy all year. And that's my mindset. I'm not going in as a 1 seed versus 8 seed. I'm going in with this is the Lakers versus Portland. So I've already thrown that out of the window. So I won't be going in with my guard down.
LeBron James is dialed in. Nick, what do you make of LeBron saying that he has his guard up heading into the series tonight against Portland?
Yeah, it's the exact right mentality. And unbelievable to me that 17 years in, LeBron has to evidently continue to prove himself to folks. I had people call me yesterday and say, listen, my concern about the Lakers is, let's be honest, this isn't 2016 LeBron anymore. And I'm like, no. In 2016, LeBron James, I think, was 4th in MVP voting, and this year he's going to finish 2nd. Like, we have such a short memory, we don't even remember what happened this season, where he was clearly one of the 2 best players in basketball throughout the year. And we're about to see the best version of any athlete in any circumstance, which is LeBron in the postseason. And so, of course, he has to take the Blazers seriously because they have a top 10 player in Damian Lillard, and they are coming off 4 consecutive playoff type of games where their offense was exceptional in all of them. But to me, Wilds, that mentality is just bad news for your beloved Blazers more than it is concerning for the Lakers.
So let's just play it out, and I'll see if I can move you off of this rock that you're cemented in. If the Lakers lost tonight, just if, Nick, just play it out hypothetical, would you start to get nervous then?
No. No. They lose game 1? I think they lost game 1 to Chicago back when he was with Miami and against, I think, MVP Derrick Rose, and then won 4 straight. I know they lost game 1 to the Thunder, his first title, and then they won 4 straight. Like, no. Jenna asked me this a couple years ago.
I know.
When the Cavs looked like they were an absolute mess. And she said, what is it going to take for you to be nervous that the Cavs aren't going to make the finals?
Good question.
And I said, for the other team to have 3 wins in the series and for the Cavs to be down double digits in the 4th quarter. And Jenna comes to me right before Game 6 against the Celtics when the Celtics are up 3-2 and have home court and said, you nervous yet? And I said, call me in the 4th quarter and let's see. And I think LeBron went 45 points and 35 points, or 35 points and 45 points in those 2 games.
But
people act like this is irrational confidence. This is proven performance. And the Blazers, bless their hearts, they're still below 500. Like, oh my, the dangerous.
Who's playing better basketball right now,
Not
Nick?
the new team.
Which team is playing better basketball right now as we get set to play tonight?
Thank you, Jenna.
The Blazers played better in the seeding games because they were playoff games for them. The seeding games meant nothing to the Lakers. They went 3-5 just like the Bucks did. But this isn't about who's playing the best because, Wilds, nobody would be concerned if the Lakers were playing the Suns, right? And the Suns went 8-0.
That's true.
If they were playing the Suns, I would be like, oh, Suns are hot. You would say, okay, the Lakers are going to overpower them. Because the Blazers have a true superstar player in Damian Lillard, people are doing the math wrong on this. Damian Lillard is not enough to beat just LeBron, much less LeBron and Anthony Davis. And so, and by the way, let me parry a question back to you, my friend. You said, what is it going to take for me to be nervous? What is it going to take for you to pick the Blazers to win? Because the series tips off in about 12 and a half hours, and last I checked, you're still like, oh, I'll tell you later. So, like, you're doing all this, oh, the Blazers could do it. If you think they could do it, tell America they're going to do it.
First of all, okay. So
he's right.
Early on, when we got into the bubble, Jenna, and it was like, hey, they're going to invite the teams that aren't even in the playoffs. I was like, you know who's going to make the playoffs? The Blazers are going to make the playoffs. And you guys are like, no. And Nick, you're out there on Twitter putting out like, hey, Kevin, look at this funny draft I have. Ha ha, the Blazers are going to be the best 10th seed. I'm like, you don't need to put that in your drafts, buddy. You got to put that in the trash if there's a trash button on Twitter. Blazers are making playoffs. So I've been rock solid correct on that. And then I go online yesterday, and people are sending me text messages like, Wilds, why don't you pick the Blazers to beat the Lakers? I'll tell you why. Because I'm not 100% sure they will. And when you hear a prediction from Kevin Wilds, it's going to be 100% right.
Kev.
I'm not 100%. I'm not. The problem is the Nurkic AD factor is really scary. If Nurkic is not going to go out to the three-point line with AD, so I want to see a little bit of that, and I will give a prediction now. 7 minutes into the first quarter, I will tweet a prediction. I want to see. I'll be able to tell by 7 minutes. 7 minutes, I will say,
Jenna,
I'm ready to make a prediction.
What's that?
Jenna, while Wilds refused to pick the series, he did educate the audience in something I think they hadn't thought about. That, you know what? Anthony Davis could be a God-blessed problem for Portland. You think? Why do you think I'm so confident? They've got two guys in AD and LeBron. Portland can't guard.
The story, the silent treatment, he's so upset. You don't even get a response.
Couldn't tell. All right, we'll loop Broussard back in, talk some basketball now. Mavs, Clippers took down the Mavericks last night in Game 1, 118-110. Kawhi with a team-high 29 points, 12 rebounds, while Luka had a modest 42. Nick, what does this result mean for the series moving forward?
Well, listen, there's two ways to look at it. One is the Mavs obviously can hang with the Clippers, particularly on the offensive end. But the other is...
A little baseball, Padre power. So how about this? Fernando Tatis Jr. hit his first career grand slam last night, which would be good news, but with the count 3-0 and the Padres up big, his manager, Chase Tingler, was not happy that the 21-year-old swung at the 3-0 pitch. Nick, as a result, was as fired up in our morning meeting as he has literally ever been since we started Zoom morning meetings. Nick, why?
Well, listen, I mean, to steal a line from new Radio Hall of Famer Charlemagne, who's going to be the donkey of the day today? Kane Fitzgerald was in the lead, then Joe Judge sprinted out ahead with his nonsense about jersey numbers and names and running laps, and then Jace Tingler's like, no, let me take it. Hey, you've got the brightest young star in baseball. He just hit a 3-run bomb. Let's make him, after the game, Fernando Tatis Jr., literally apologized for hitting a home run. You're going to slowly try to wear this superstar down. Why? Listen, no one in baseball history has ever come back from 7-0, so you should stop trying. It is so absurd, Broussard. I'm angry on Tatis's behalf and Jace Tingler. I know he used to manage with the Rangers. Zip it. He did exactly what he's supposed to do. Hit bombs. And he's on pace in a regular season, by the way, to hit 73 of them this year. Yep. It's an infuriating story, Broussard.
Told you you'd be fired up.
Go ahead, Wilds.
Broussard hated the story. Broussard hated the story. Broussard giving the story the silent treatment.
You are the underdog to have a game stolen from you by the officials to where now you essentially have to win 5 out of 7. If there was going to be a series upset, which I know none of us picked, I feel like maybe the chance for that evaporated last night when the referees decided to insert themselves into the action the way fans are always begging them to do so, Wilds.
Okay. The referees do not want to throw out any superstar. Porzingis got his first tech because he should have known after that he was going to get a tech because Paul George got a tech, and the second tech was warranted because the altercation went up rather than down. The more interesting thing, I think, Nick, is we talked about underdogs with no home court advantage. How do you think this plays out? Like, it makes sense in traditional basketball. It's like, oh, the Mavs could have stolen a game here since it was a Clippers home game. But without any traditional home court, how do you think this series plays out? Do you think it's just a quick 4, a quick 5? I don't know how the flow is going to work.
Well, listen, I don't think it's... My prediction was Clippers in 6.